Welcome to Assessment of Student Learning 1. Program Goals. Framed from the program perspective. Framed from the program perspective. Learning objectives. What the instructors are responsible for. Link to teaching style, focus on content. What the instructors are responsible for. Link to teaching style, focus on content. Learning outcomes. Frame from the student's perspective. Describe significant and essential learning that the learner should achieve. Focus on student learning. Graduate attributes. Framed from the community and graduate perspective. What are the knowledge, skills, and attributes needed to be hired in the field? There are 4 types of knowledge in Bloom's taxonomy. Factual knowledge is the knowledge that is basic to specific disciplines. This dimension refers to essential facts, terminology, details, or elements students must know or be familiar with to understand a discipline or solve a problem. This information that can and must be learned through exposure, repetition, and commitment to memory. Luckily, since our memories are not the best to store facts, we can help ourselves by knowing where to access factual knowledge when we need it. In other words, where to find the information in our books, online, our notebooks, or journals, or asking a person who knows it. Factual knowledge is not needed memorization, we just need to know where to find facts that are needed. Example. Is the front-end developers writing HTML following written structures? Another example, operating the computer. You don't need to memorize in the long run. By doing it repeatedly you can obtain factual knowledge. Conceptual knowledge is knowledge of classifications, principles, generalizations, theories, models, or structures pertinent to a particular disciplinary area. It is a learning that involves understanding and interpreting concepts and the relation between concepts. To know why something happens in a particular way. Conceptual knowledge has been defined as the understanding of the principles and relationships that underlie a domain. For example, many children learn a routine of borrow and regroup for multi-digit subtraction problems. Conceptual knowledge refers to an understanding of meaning. Knowing that multiplying 2 negative numbers yields a positive result is not the same thing as understanding why it is true. Procedural knowledge refers to information that helps students do something specific to a discipline, subject, or area of study. It also refers to methods of inquiry, very specific or finite skills, algorithms, techniques, and particular methodologies. For example, how to make an orange juice. Step 1. Roll the oranges firmly with the palm of your hand across the counter to soften them up. Step 2. Slice the orange in half. Step 3. Squeeze the orange in a squeezer. Metacognitive knowledge is the awareness of one's own cognition in particular cognitive processes. It is strategic or reflective knowledge about how to go about and solve problems, and cognitive tasks, including contextual and conditional knowledge and knowledge of self. Metacognition also involves knowing yourself as a learner. That is, knowing your strengths and weaknesses as a learner. For example, if you can explain what your strengths are in academic writing, exam taking, or other types of academic tasks, then you are metacognitively aware. In metacognitive knowledge ones have 1. Competence to analyze and evaluate business opportunities and challenges. Students will evaluate strategies and formulate plans to realize business opportunities. Students will recognize business problems, gather and analyze relevant evidence, and reach and articulate informed solutions. Students will incorporate cross-border information, risks and opportunities in decision-making. 2. Professional and interpersonal skills. Students will produce professional quality business documents, deliver professional quality presentations, and work collaboratively. 3. Proficiency in using information technology. Students will utilize current information, communication technology. 4. Expertise within an academic major. Students will demonstrate an understanding of a discipline's concepts, analytical tools, and technical skills. 5. Ability to integrate ethics into decision-making. Students will apply ethical frameworks to business decisions. Assessing learning outcomes for student learning. Indirect assessments refers to any method of collecting data that requires reflection on student learning, skills, or behaviors, rather than a demonstration of it. Rate their knowledge, surveys, minute papers, reflections. Program-level assessment strategies. Student interviews, exit. Program review data. Job placement. Alumni surveys, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Course-level assessment strategies. Surveys. Student self-reports. Exit interviews. Job placement. Graduate school admissions. Awards. Performance in subsequent courses. Focus groups. 2-minute checkup. Minute paper. Chain notes. 1-sentence summary. Direct paraphrasing. Think, pair, share. Gallery walk. Round table. 2. Direct assessments. A professional makes a decision regarding what a student learned and how well it was learned. Direct application of knowledge or skill in a project, experiential. Learning setting. Apply a theory, solve a problem, synthesize literature, summarize a. Program-level assessment strategies. Capstone projects. Senior theses. Exhibits. Performances. Pass rates on national exams. Licensure scores. Certification. Subject area tests. Student publications. Student conference presentations. Employer supervisor ratings. Course-level assessment strategies. Test. Paper. Project. Laboratory report. Journal. Artistic performance. Homework. Reports. Clinical experiences. Research project. Case study analysis. Theses and dissertations. Internship supervisor ratings. Portfolios. SMART. Objective. The establishment of all objectives should be created using the SMART. Philosophy. What do we mean by a SMART? Objective. SMART is an acronym that is used to guide the development of measurable goals. Applying this framework to one target makes it more attainable, clear, and measurable. Each objective should be. Specific goals are effective as they help you outline the steps you need to take to achieve them. Utilize specific titles and terms and be as clear as possible with what you want to accomplish. Specific answers to the question, what is to be done? How will you know it is done? Example. I want a better job. This is not an S in the SMART objectives that stand for specific. The statement is not specific of what kind of job I want. The statement must be like this: I want to start a career in marketing. Measurable with measurement. What evidence will you need to know you've completed your goal? Can you use the metrics? Quantifying or calculating your goals makes them more tangible, visible, and trackable. Measurable with measurement answers the question, how will you know it meets expectations? Example statement. I want a new job in marketing soon. I did not indicate the given details when I am having a new job. The statement should be, I will complete the required training and have a new job in marketing by the end of the year. Achievable. Setting a reasonable target is crucial. If it's too ambitious, it will be overwhelming, and if it's too easy, then you will limit yourself from achieving your full potential. Achievable answers the question, can the person do it? Example: I want to become a marketing manager within my first 3 months. Don't give a crucial target that appears impractical. It sounds maya-bang. If you are making a proposal. Title: proposal or any kind of proposal, we must apply the SMART objectives. The correct statement must be like this: I want to create a clear personal development plan to outline my progression in marketing, playing safe. Relevant, realistic: what is the key benefit of your goal and why does it matter to you? Make sure it fits with your wider plans and will complement other interests and responsibilities. Relevant answers to the questions, should it be done? Example statement: I've always wanted to build a career in marketing and eventually start my own marketing consultancy business. Time-oriented, timely: the goal you are looking to achieve could become irrelevant if you don't set a realistic time frame to complete them. A deadline will help you focus and balance priorities. Time-oriented answers the question, when will it be done? Example: I would like a new marketing job by the end of the year. To do this, I will apply to 2 marketing jobs per week and complete the required training within 3 months. Reliability is defined as the probability that a product, system, or a service will perform its intended function adequately for specified period of time or will operate in a defined environment without failure. Reliability is defined as the probability that a product, system, or a service will perform its intended function adequately for specified period of time or will operate in a defined environment without failure. 4 types of reliability. For example, watching any sport using judges, such as Olympics ice skating or a dog show, relies upon human observers maintaining a great degree of consistency between observers. For example, watching any sport using judges, such as Olympics ice skating or a dog show, relies upon human observers maintaining a great degree of consistency between observers. Test-retest reliability is a measure of reliability obtained by administering the same test twice over a period of time to a group of individuals. Test-retest reliability is a measure of reliability obtained by administering the same test twice over a period of time to a group of individuals. The scores from time 1 and time 2 can then be correlated in order to evaluate the test for stability over time. Each respondent is tested twice. The 2 tests are, say, a month apart. Each respondent is tested twice. The 2 tests are, say, a month apart. Then, the correlation coefficient between 2 sets of IQ scores is a reasonable measure of the test-retest reliability of this test. Parallel forms reliability is a measure of reliability obtained by administering different versions of an assessment tool. Both versions must contain items that probe the same construct, skill, knowledge base, etc., to the same group of individuals. Example: Group A takes test A first, and Group B takes test B first. The results of the 2 tests are compared, and the results are almost identical, indicating high parallel forms reliability. Internal consistency reliability is a measure of how well a test addresses different constructs and delivers reliable scores. Internal consistency reliability is a measure of how well a test addresses different constructs and delivers reliable scores. The test-retest method involves administering the same test, after a period of time, and comparing the results. Validity. This means the degree measures what it intends to measure or the truthfulness of the response. Validity also refers to whether a test measures what it aims to measure. So, take note: the validity is the accuracy of the test. For example, a valid driving test should include a practical driving component and not just a theoretical test of the rules of driving. Another example is, you do a research paper or a survey about the self-esteem of a person and your questionnaire is aligned to your topic. The result of the test is valid. Types of validity. Face validity is about whether a test appears to measure what it's supposed to measure. This type of validity is concerned with whether a measure seems relevant and appropriate for what it's assessing only on the surface. A test in which most people would agree that the test items appear to measure what the test is intended to measure would have strong face validity. For example, a mathematical test consisting of problems in which the test taker has to add and subtract numbers may be considered to have strong face validity. Another example is the student taking an exam to qualify for an advanced chemistry class. They would expect items or questions related to chemistry and not items dealing with history. Construct validity refers to whether a scale or test measures the construct adequately. An example is a measurement of the human brain, such as intelligence, level of emotion, proficiency, or ability. For example, the scores of two tests, one measuring self-esteem and the other measuring extroversion, are likely to be correlated. Individuals scoring high in self-esteem are more likely to score high in extroversion. There are two subtypes of construct validity: convergent and discriminant. Criterion validity, or criterion-related validity, evaluates how accurately a test measures the outcome it was designed to measure. An outcome can be a disease, behavior, or performance. Concurrent validity measures tests and criterion variables in the present, while predictive validity measures those in the future. A type of validity that examines whether scores on one test are predictive of performance on another. For example, if employees take an IQ test, the boss would like to know if this test predicts actual job performance. If an IQ test does predict job performance, then it has criterion validity. Another example. A researcher wants to know whether a college entrance exam is able to predict future academic performance. First semester GPA can serve as the criterion variable, as it is an accepted measure of academic performance. Subtypes are concurrent validity and predictive validity. Content validity assesses whether a test is representative of all aspects of the construct. To produce valid results, the content of a test, survey, or measurement method must cover all relevant parts of the subject it aims to measure. The extent to which a test measures a representative sample of the subject matter or behavior under investigation. For example, if a test is designed to survey arithmetic skills at a third-grade level, content validity indicates how well it represents the range of arithmetic operations possible at that level. For example, a standardized assessment in 9th grade biology is content valid if it covers all topics taught in a standard 9th grade biology course. Subtypes: sampling validity and item validity. Two types of bias. Offensiveness: any component of an assessment that may cause undue resentment, pain, discomfort, or embarrassment. An assessment can be biased if any of the content is deemed offensive to a subgroup of students. Offensiveness occurs when negative stereotypes of subgroups are presented in the test. Other types of offensiveness include slurs based on negative stereotypes about how members of an ethnic or religious group act. For example, if a question states or insinuates girls are not good at sports within the content, there will be some upset students while taking the test. Unfair penalization: any assessment practice that may disadvantage a student and distort their test score as a result of a group membership. For example, socioeconomic class, race, gender. Unfair penalization does not result from scores that differ due to differences in ability. For example, if a question asks about attending an amusement park that costs a lot, have all your students had the chance to visit it? Thank you.